welcome back to my channel for another edition of News Time. I hope you have been having a great week, and today we'll be talking about these recent news that came out this past week, such as the HeroClix article regarding 2 new formats. We'll also be talking about the Guardians of Galaxy holiday box set, along with the DAOs of the Iconix for Batman and Robin, as well as Knightfall. So let us start first with the HeroClix article regarding the 2 formats, the first one being theme formats, where all characters on the build, including those on the sideline, must share a printed keyword. All game elements are considered to be unique, and sidelines are kept at 1 game element per 100 points. So if you were to play a 300-point game, you can only have 3 game elements. And I think this is a fun way to keep themes into the builds of our players, because we know that the recent rules change, you already lost team probability control. So if you were to focus on teams, maybe you can join this tournament that will begin in Gen Con, which is a 300-point Silver Age tournament. And the restrictions are that there are no ATAs, no battlefield, no characters that can use D20s, no event DAOs, no feat, no location bonuses, no resources or special terrain. Pretty much all these game elements that I mentioned are already no longer active in your Silver Age tournaments, as well as Modern Age. So in addition, this Silver Age tournament will also be using the same ban list for your normal Silver Age. So the second format is actually the Pulp format. Now I've been playing this format for the past couple of weeks, which is common, uncommon, and rare figures. And this Pulp format is an official version of the Pauper format. So in Pulp, only non-prime figures from DC and Marvel boosters that have the white, green, and silver, which is common, uncommon, and rares, and all characters are also considered to be unique. In addition, teams may only consist of characters. Other than maps and standard terrain markers, no non-character game element can be used. So we do not allow any equipments, any relics, any special objects for this tournament format as well. So it's a nice way to introduce new players, because common, uncommon, and rare figures they have more simple DAOs and easier to understand. So I think if you're a new player, playing the Pulp format will be the best way to introduce yourself into the game, where you focus on lower rarity figures. And as long as you feel comfortable with the rule set, maybe you can join the normal format, where you look at your super rare and chase figures, which are much more complex. And in the news article, they also showed an image of an upcoming Dracula figure for this year-end's Wheels of Vengeance set, which is a Ghost Rider theme set. And as we saw in our previous news videos, there are going to be some glow-in-the-dark game elements that will be introduced in this set. And this is one of the sculpts that will be released in the Wheels of Vengeance. If I'm not wrong, the release date is scheduled for October 2023. And next we have a couple of images of the upcoming Guardians of Galaxy holiday calendar set. And here is Groot as a Christmas tree. We've also got Mantis, as well as a partner in crime, Drax Dave Bautista, doing a Randy Orton pose. Now this box set is going to include 12 new sculpts for HeroClix. As we can see from these wordings, looks like there's going to be a Peter Quill, maybe as a young Avenger version. So it's a young child. We've also got Yondu, as well as the 3 figures that we just saw previously. Now this box set is going to be quite unique, because besides having these 12 characters, there are also going to be segmented boxes, so you can open 1 figure per day like a calendar style to celebrate all 12 days of Christmas. And now we're going to look at the Batman and Robin Iconix box set, where Batman is slapping Robin. What a meme-tastic figure set. And here we have Batman, who is going to come in at 55 points. He has improved movement, elevated terrain. He also has that improved movement, move through characters. However, you still need to break away. And Batman has 2 team abilities, which is the Batman Ally team ability, as well as the Superman Enemy team ability. He has the Batman Family, Gotham City, Superman Revenge Squad, Detective, and Martial Artist keywords. Now you may see that this Batman is quite against Superman. It's because this is an Elseworld story where Batman believes that Superman had caused the death of his parents. So Batman has a trait, Interrupting Slap. Once per turn, when an adjacent opposing character is given an action, you may immediately roll a d6. On a roll of 4 to 6, the action has no effect, and after resolution, deal that character 1 damage. And at the back of his card, pretending to be Superman's friend is a traded shape change. He also has a special attack power, powerful slap, free knockback an adjacent opposing character, or an adjacent friendly character with the Batman Family keyword. Friendly characters knocked back this way do not take knockback damage. Coming in at 55 points, Batman has charge, combat reflexes, exploit weakness, as well as the special attack power. I think this is quite an interesting figure that you may find yourself pairing with the recent Batman team-up Darkseid, who gains mission points through knockback. And here we have Robin coming in at 45 points, who has just been slapped by Batman. He has improved movement, elevated terrain characters, as well as improved targeting, can see through characters. Now Robin has the Batman family, Gotham City, Teen Titans, detective and martial artist keywords. He has hypnotized and returned the orphanage, which is a trait. The first time Robin will be KO'd, instead turn him to click 6. This ability is also protected pulse wave. He has another trait. Look at the papers. Superman beat Brainiac. Plasticity. When Robin is knocked back, if the knockback path is stopped by an opposing character, give that character an action token. So fun way is that you use Batman to use his special attack power, knock back Robin into an opposing character just to give an action token. Now at 45 points, he has 4 range and double targets, a total of 4 clicks, but whenever he's first KO'd, you bring him to click 6. And his defense special power, which is don't hit me, I'm just a kid. When Robin is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions, deal that character 1 unavoidable damage. Now I can't wait to get my hands on this box set because it is just so funny to have Batman slapping Robin, and I think they really took well with this meme that they have done. Just like the previous Spider-Man pointing at each other, I think having this Robin and Batman will be a nice addition to the collection. And here we have the Iconix box set for the Knightfall story. This box set comes with a total of 3 figures, which is Batman, Bane, and Azrael. And this is my most wanted box set. I think this is my favorite set of figures that has been revealed so far for the Iconix set. And if you know me, I'm a huge Batman and Bane fan. So let's start off with Batman, who is coming in at 60 points. Here's the Batman Ally Team ability, Batman Family, Gotham City, Detective, and Martial Artist keywords. He comes in at 60 points with the improved movement, elevated terrain, 5 range and double targets with a total of 6 clicks, so he has a trait. The Battle for Gotham Soul. When an opposing character that can't use Batman team ability heals, after resolutions, you may heal Batman 1 click. This trait can be used while Batman is off the map, and when Batman were to be KO'd except by this trait, turn him to click 8 and place him on this card. At the beginning of your turn, if Batman is on this card and no other friendly characters have the Batman team ability, KO him. Otherwise, if he's not on the KO click, you may place him adjacent to a friendly character with the Batman team ability. Now this trait is protected pulse wave. Now this trait over here greatly explains how Batman was throughout the entire Knightfall, Knight's End, and Knight's Quest storylines, where after Bane breaks Batman, he has to watch in the sideline while Azrael tears the city apart by killing criminals, taking it beyond Batman's moral codes, and how we watch Batman recover and claim back to Gotham City to take back the mantle from Azrael and to be our Batman once again. And here's the back of the card. Let's Get to Work is another trait, which is Leadership and Perplex. When Batman uses Leadership and succeed, he may also generate a bystander on this card into a square within range. So do remember that Batman has a total of 5 range, and the bystanders on this card have a maximum 1. And here are the 4 bystanders that Batman can generate. We got Robin, who has Running Shot, Incapacitate, 17 defense with combat reflexes and 2 damage. It's a total of 4 range to make some range attacks. We got Nightwing, who's a close combat piece with 9 movement and charge, 11 attack with Quake, 17 defense with super senses, as well as 3 damage. And probably my favorite bystander to generate with Batman, here we have Oracle, who has the autonomous symbol, so you can use your power actions to generate smoke clouds, and her actions do not count towards your action total. Oracle also has sidestep to help him maneuver around on the board, and probability control, which is a much needed power for most teams these days because you do not have access to team probability control anymore. And our last bystander is Alfred Pennyworth, who has 6 movement, 9 attack, energy explosion, 18 defense, as well as a 2 damage support. So you may use this Alfred to heal Batman throughout the game as well. Batman also has a special damage power, which is Vital Strike. Batman's close attacks deal penetrating damage and can't be evaded. Now this Batman coming in at 60 points, I think he is my definitive Batman right now. For many years, the Justice League Trinity War Batman has been my definitive Batman, and I think this one greatly represents what Batman did throughout the entire Knightfall saga, and I'm really excited to have this figure. Now, coming in at 60 points, I also think he is the best figure to bring in if you were to use the World's Finest Legacy figure. And here's the second figure of this box set, which is Bane, coming in at 75 points with the Batman enemy team ability, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, and the Brute keywords. Now, Bane has a total of 10 clicks. However, Venom Injection, Bane begins his click on click 7. So that's the click that he starts with your stealth as well as your telekinesis. Now, free, roll a d6 and heal Bane equal to the result. If the result was 3 to 6, give Bane an overdose token, and Bane may heal past his starting line this way. At the end of your turn, deal Bane 1 unavoidable damage for each overdose token he has. This is a really good figure. It greatly represents how Bane is a mastermind, a tactician, where he can use telekinesis to move his friendly characters, as well as giving him the chance to take in the Venom. And if you're lucky, you can actually roll a 6 and heal all the way to click 1, where he has 13 attack, super strength, 19 defense, impervious, 4 damage, a close combat expert, as well as charge with a total of 8 squares. So he can charge for 4 squares and hit with 14 attack and 5 damage right into your opponent's faces. Now, Bane also has a trait, I will break him, combat reflexes, and willpower. When Bane KOs an opposing character or succeeds a willpower roll, remove an overdose token from him. This is really good because it allows you to reduce the amount of unavoidable damage whenever you were to take that Venom Injection trait. Bane also has a special damage power, which is Wear Down the Bat, Outwit. When Bane uses it, he may draw line of fire and count range from the square of a friendly character that shares the keyword with him. And with the special damage power, I can definitely see Bane in a lot of Gotham City Underworld teams. And here's the last figure that we're going to talk about in our news video. We have Azrael coming in at 65 points. He has both the Batman Ally and Batman Enemy team abilities. Batman Family, Gotham City Underworld, Armor, Assassin, and Mystical keywords. Now, Azrael has a total of 4 range with double targets. He's a total of 7 clicks. And let's take a look at his first trait. Terrorizing Gotham. Sidestep. Opposing characters with the highest point value on their force can't draw lines of fire to Azrael. If there are multiple opposing characters that are tied for the highest point value, none of them can draw line of fire to Azrael. This is a wonderful trait, so your opponent can't use range attacks or draw line of fire for their perplex, their outwits, their probability control, as long as they are the highest point value on the board. This Azrael is so well protected that even if you were to go up against a Legacy Thanos won't be able to use mind control on this Azrael. Azrael also has another trait, the System or Batman's Morals. Willpower. When Azrael uses it and succeeds, choose 1 to last until he chooses again. Damage he deals can't be reduced below 1, or when he attacks, after resolutions, heal him 1 click for each hit character. So this trait allows him to, recover himself throughout the game, because coming in at 65 points, even though he's quite protected against your opposing characters that are of the highest point value, he still can take damage, and this trait allows him to heal up. And having this ability to prevent his damage from getting reduced below 1, I think is a nice form of a precision strike, and this section of the power can also be used for his special power below, which is Worth in Flame, Smoke Cloud for free, but only to generate 2 markers. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to each opposing character occupying a terrain marker generated by Azrael. Now, speaking about the previous trait, where damage he deals can't be reduced below 1, we can actually use these Smoke Cloud markers to be placed on your opposing character's square, and the damage that you deal can't be reduced below 1. Alternatively, you can actually use this free Smoke Cloud as a defensive shield, because this Azrael has the Batman Ally team ability, which grants him stealth. So thank you for joining me for another edition of News Time. I hope you enjoyed the Knightfall Iconix box as much as I do. And if you like this video, please give a like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot to me and it will help my channel grow. And I hope to see you in the next one.